All right, guys, back by popular demand, we're going to be taking a look at Acharya Prashant again. Now, I'm going to go off of the YouTube thumbnail title, which says You versus Your Limits on this one. But yeah, we're going to take a look at one of his latest videos and get right into this. All right, let's get into it.
Namaste, Acharya ji. My question was regarding a tendency that I have always had all my life. It was regarding quitting things when they get extremely tough. Like, I'll give you a short example. Let's say when I was preparing for my JEE, there were questions that were kind of easy, like direct formula based. There were questions that were kind of a medium level. And then there were questions which were very tough and they combined multiple concepts. So I usually went with the easy questions and I solved them. And when it came to the tougher questions, I quit. How do I change this tendency? How do I address this tendency and get better? How do I?
It's about the self-concept that we carry. That self-concept is not innate, but it gets built over the several years. If your self-concept tells you you do not deserve to crack the toughest question, then you will not put everything into cracking the toughest question. In fact, you will needlessly make any question the toughest one. You have to tell yourself that you deserve to solve even the toughest problem. And then the tough problem is no more all that tough. One has to love himself a bit more and say, yes, it's difficult, but for me it's doable. If situations, upbringing, media, influences, education, they have all conditioned you into thinking that you must always stay one level below the best, then something very strange will happen. Even when the opportunity to be the best will come to you, you will miss out on that opportunity. It happens a lot of times in sports. Great players belonging to the A League. You understand the A League? Just one level below the topmost level, let's say the international level. Great players belonging to the A League, performing magnificently. When they finally get a chance at the highest level, they flop dismally. Why? Why? Something in them is constantly whispering, you are great, but only at the penultimate level. This top level is not for you. So a batsman who has been performing greatly at the Ranji and the Dilip Trophy levels, he gets his test cap. And 5 consecutive times he gets out to pretty harmless deliveries. Pretty harmless deliveries. In the domestic circuit, he has been constant.
I just wanted to touch in base here for a second, whatever. Let me ask you something. Is it true that the best leader finds themselves in the leadership as president of the country and as prime minister of the country and as head of the CEO of the company? Is it true that it's always the best person?
Yes, every time.
Every time. Oh, right, yeah. Right.
Isn't the best person president of the United States and the president?
And has it ever happened that somebody has listened to, just finished reading Psycho-Cybernetics or just finished reading, The Power of Me, The Power of Manifestation, and told fresh off of 2 hours of self-affirmations and practiced, and ends up in a lion's den of people that are like effing rigged the game against you? I'm not even going to tell you what happened. The person goes insane. They end up homeless afterwards. I don't know what happened. I did everything I was supposed to do. And now I'm broken because they're like, didn't even see it happening.
Like little trolls.
Because the world is got things like that that you cannot control. You're not God. You're not God at the end of the day. I mean, you might be, but if you are, you don't know you are. And there are things that you can't control. Now, that being said, I just wanted to balance what this guy's saying against the reality of that. I am still pro manifesting powers, and I am still pro self-belief and trying your hardest.
Yeah.
But you are going to face some things in your life that test your mettle, and you're going to be like, shit, there's limits to even that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everybody, the most successful people I know, I've done censuses where I'm watching or even asking them, and they're usually like, no, I haven't got there yet. There's more to go. Or something that's always just out of reach.
Yeah.
More that they would want to have.
Yeah.
And so there's no person at the top of the thing that's got, in my opinion, that's just got the answers. There's some people that have got cojones. There's some people, like I was thinking about what if this kid looking up at me was asking me, I'd be like, I don't even remember what the kid asks. What did you ask? You know what I mean? And this guy to be like, very good. Okay. Like, just, I'm going to act confident and, the answer will come to me as I'm talking, because we've had moments where we are full of ourselves, like got the gall to be like, I have all the answers.
Yeah.
And you can pull off that kind of confidence every now and then. But on a bad day, I would have been like, what did he say? Just what did my book say? My book says on chapter 5, believe in yourself. Next question. You know what I mean? Don't let that kid talk to me afterwards. You had crazy eyes. You know what I mean? I don't want to be mean because I've been the guy in the audience desperately wanting to know an answer. Creeping out the guy doing the TED Talk that's like, how old are you?
Yeah.
I digress. The point is, I just wanted to weigh that against the reality of the situation. That's not the only thing that holds you back is even self-belief. Some people don't even effing believe in themselves.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, that's the guy. That's the savior. And he's like, I don't even believe in myself. And everybody's like, but we do. Yeah. And here you get to be king. Whoops, walked into it.
Yeah, well, isn't that true about a lot of leaders? They don't even want the job. A lot of people get like
best leaders.
Moses
sometimes
was like, "Not me, God," and he was like, "No, you're gonna do it." And take Aaron; he'll talk for you.
And what makes somebody cool when all through school? You know what I mean? Like that's one rule that has not changed for decades now. The try hard, it comes off as a weird loser, and oftentimes the coolest person is a guy that's like doesn't care.
Yeah,
I just don't care. Everyone's like, that's just how it works sometimes, man. It's paradox. Human psychology is full of paradox.
Not to totally shoot down the idea of belief because
of course not.
I know you're bringing balance to what he's talking about.
Yes.
What we'll do is we'll let him finish this out and then we'll probably talk about the positive side of belief.
Sure. I just wanted to throw that in there for anybody that had like a little gremlin in them that's like, wait a sec, I've tried that and it's not true. I was humiliated anyway.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
That can happen.
Constantly dispatching similar deliveries to boundaries. In a domestic match, if you give him a similar delivery, he will flick it to the boundary. But in the international match, a similar delivery and he loses his wicket. Why? Something in him tells him, I don't belong to the topmost level. That has to be challenged. Whosoever it is who told you that you are not good enough has to be rejected. And we all have influences in our life whose job has been to tell us that we are not good enough. In matters of love, love itself is the qualification. No other qualification is needed. Nobody else is needed to tell you that you are good enough. If you love something, you are already good enough for it. Love is the qualification. If you love mathematics, your love makes you good enough. You don't require an external agency to come and certify how good you are. I love it, and I'll keep having a go at it. Getting it? Huh? Tell yourself, yes, it's a tough problem, but I'm tougher. बाप कौन है? तू tough है? And I'm tougher.
Thank you, sir.
Pranam Acharya ji. So, you said that one should first stop and reflect what he's doing. Isn't that also a choice? Like, is it?
Yeah, that's a choice. Everything is a choice. To be alive is to be responsible for choosing every moment. You cannot give up that responsibility. And those who do not take that responsibility, they become slaves. Slaves don't have choices. In fact, that's the very definition of slavery. No? You will not have choice anymore. Now you're a slave.
Can it be called love?
Yeah, of course. How else will you choose? If you choose in compulsion, that is no choice at all. So the only right basis of choice has to be love. But you cannot love without understanding. So even before love comes understanding then. If you love without understanding, then that's just basic animalistic attraction. Even animals are attracted. But human beings love. And to love is to first of all understand. So understanding has to be the basis of choice. And that requires constant attention. You have to be present. From that comes choice.
All right.
Like I always say, if you're just honest, you don't have to memorize any of this shit. If you're just honest, you can be like, what? I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. I just want to be exalted. Everybody put me on a pedestal. Oh, I'm rejected for believing that? Well, because I'm honest, I can also see that you also want those things. So that's fine. I'll go somewhere else with my business. But I also wanted to say that I think about these guys that are like these young guys asking this guy a question. And I like to, just to humor myself, I'm imagining him being like, when are we gonna get some females asking me some like all right, that's and like walks out with two girls on their arms. Like it reminds me of these guys that used to like follow Andrew Tate on like school, like how to be a man. I'm like, what the fuck? Why would you put the keys of your chastity in another man's thing? Go talk to an effing woman. Just go do it. And when she rejects you, listen to why and pay attention to why she did or whatever. You know, part of my problem is the practice of, rather than relating to each other, trying to find a guru or a person, outsourcing problem solving to other people.
Well, did you notice?
You solve my problems for me, master. Like you go do some shit.
Yeah.
Go make some mistakes. That's all you need to know. You can come listen. Get together and share where you've made mistakes with your camaraderie.
Yes.
And
this is not a riff on Acharya Prashant. I know.
No, not at all. No.
Well-respected.
I like
guy
that guy. A lot of what he said.
We've reacted to a few of his videos, so go check those ones out. We're being a little tough on kind of like what's going on in this one.
Yeah.
To bring it back to the idea of belief. In order to believe in yourself, you have to have people not believe in you. That's actually how you're going to build your belief in yourself. Is by others not believing in you.
Yeah.
So
well, some of the best stories start like that.
So when the world doesn't believe in you and you feel like I'm down and no one believes in me, that's the beginning.
Yeah,
that's
true.
That's the beginning.
It's true. Could you even root for some guy that's like, and he had the best mummy and the best daddy, and everyone loved him, and he became the hero and won everything? Like, what the fuck? That's why I don't even like Superman. I'm like, I'm voting for Batman. At least he had to fight for what he got. You know what I mean? Like, it's true. We like an underdog as people. We can relate to that because who hasn't faced adversity, for Pete's sake? Yeah. You know what I mean? And pressure, often that's like where you learn. Like, man, I didn't even learn what self-belief was till I had to believe in myself. Yes. I didn't know what the hell self-belief was. Yeah. Just like you said. You already said it perfectly.
All right. Well, guys, we want to know what you have to think. Let us know in the comments. And if you liked our reaction on this, please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share this with a friend, and everyone, until next time, stay spiritual.